Welcome to Off the Wall with Dr. Craig. This podcast is all about situations that occur in the areas of education, nutrition, and politics. It's a common sense approach that analyzes the crazy things that happen in our world. Dr. Craig also has you covered with specific information on education, careers, and business. So buckle up and join the conversation, because Dr. Craig is the high priest of the painful truth.
Well, hello, everybody. That intro just kind of popped in there, but oh well. Tonight, we're going to go over a few things that I feel are very, very important and has to deal with the health of my wife, Nancy, over here. And I'm going to go quick detail what's been going on, and what the title should be tonight is Behind the Curtain. And a lot of things that runners don't see when you're racing, what the race director goes through at the race, and also personally. My wife was, I guess, told you had a genetic cardiac disease. I forget the name of it, but we knew that she was going to have an operation. She had that on June 12th. Basically, the cardiac surgeon said that she was going to have robotic cardiac surgery, safer 3 to 5 days, or she might have to have open heart because her veins were small, and you have to have a good sized vein in order to get the tubes in for the heart pumping machine, which you've probably seen on all medical shows and so forth. So in order to operate on the heart, you can't have blood going through the heart. It has to go to the other areas. So she had the operation, and there was a problem. The tubes that were in her veins and arteries were kinking up, and they told us that if they didn't fix it, she was going to lose her leg. So she went back in, and a vascular surgeon took a shot at it. She came back out. The blood still wasn't going down through her femoral artery, so she had to go back again. This is operation number 2. Came back, he screwed it up. Then they had to get a plastic surgeon who took a piece of skin from her abdominal area, and that didn't work. Right now, at that point, she was under anesthesia for 31 hours. Yes, 31 hours. So she went back in, and he took out, this is the place, one of her quad muscles, and used that to patch it up, which means she had like a 15-inch cut down her leg, and the muscle was taken out, and she had to be on a wound vac for like, I don't know, 21, 30 days. More than that. So technically, not technically, actually, she was in hospital for 51 days. And at that point, it was a nightmare. Going back and forth and checking on her. But they really screwed it up. And I'm not going to go into what we're doing about it, but they screwed it up. So I brought her home, and for the ladies that are listening, I didn't know much about a UTI, but let me tell you something. I learned real quick, because I thought she was delusional. I thought she was losing her mind. I mean, it was crazy, because we had a Cocker Spaniel, Maggie, and she's been dead for 3 years. And then when she said to me, Craig, did you bring Maggie in? Then I thought she was really losing it, until I had nurses and doctors and even personal friends tell me, UTI, what happens sometimes. So I thought, okay. Then she had to go in rehab. So we're talking like where I had to cancel the events in October. But it looked like she was going to be all right. So you're talking like 60 days that she couldn't walk until rehab got her straight on the walking. So we made it to the one on November 24th at Hawthorne, the Mega Cupcake, and then we made it to the January 5th one. In the interim, we fired the doctors, and it was the Georgia Heart Institute, Gainesville, Georgia. We got rid of them. We went to Emory, and I had an operation there, gastric bypass, and they were pretty good. So we went to the cardiologist at Emory, did the test, and it looked like everything was good so far. So I thought, okay, we can take a shot at the April one, which is coming up, Run Your Buns Off. But we found out that the mitral valve, and that's what they were doing. They were repairing the mitral valve through the uh, robotic cardiac surgery. We found out that it's starting to leak again. So it's leaking. And right now we're trying to find out if the leak is more than this minor leak that she had before she went in for the operation. If it is, we have a problem. And we were up in North Carolina, and when I saw that she could only walk 100 yards, was out of breath, and I thought she was going to fall over, I said, we got a problem. So with that being said, I had the race on and off. I didn't know what to do, but tonight I do. We're going to have to cancel the race for August 6th, August 6th, April 6th. And we will refund your money. I have to talk to Run Sign Up, and the best way to do this, which probably won't have any information until Monday, but we will refund all your money. It depends on your bank. Like I have a Capital One and a PNC bank, and when I transfer money from Capital One to the PNC, it takes like 5 days, and I mean, it's crazy. So it depends on your bank. Why did I tell you the whole thing? Because, you know, we've been doing this for 8 years. I watched a lot of you. I know a lot of runners who've done races for 8, 10. Some people have done it 26 races. So, and I see things happen while you're running. And the thing that I want to give you is don't procrastinate about your health. I don't. And certainly I make sure my wife doesn't. My wife's a retired nurse, and I taught biology and chemistry for 20 years. So don't procrastinate about your health. I'm going to still do virtual races and so forth, but we're going to take it easy. I knew before the operation, she needed the operation because my daughter, when we were running around at the races, she would come over and tell me that, you know, mom's can't catch her breath. So when you came up to me and asked me a question, I looked like I was in, you know, out in left field. I was always coming back checking on her. So that's pretty much behind the curtain. Not that I was ignoring you, but we had our 50th anniversary August 3rd, so we're like 2 Canadian geese. So before I get emotional, I will get the money back to you, and you have my telephone number. If there's a problem, please call me. Thank you.